One of the obvious things we're gonna have to worry about with this shit too is, you know, what's going to be the cost of insurance. We've got a good idea for the location, for the venue, for the cost of the tents, or that one tent still available, the larger tent. We call them 5,000. And so, what's the cost of insurance? And once we figure out that, on top of the cost of the venue, and what are we going to do with our staff, etc. A lot of these companies, obviously, the staff complain about not getting paid on time at the beginning of the season. Well, it's because the people don't have any money to pay them with, and once they get enough money coming in, they pay them. So you have to be careful if you're going down that route. You have to tell people in advance. You can't not pay people. So it's like this morning, the moment where nothing's really open. I don't know, it's 8 a.m. or something like that. The gym's open. There's a bunch of coffee places open, but it's like the potential just to begin programming in the wrong habits beyond the gym. Like the libraries aren't open until 10 a.m. or something like that. If I was working here legitimate and I had an office or something like that, I could go to that office and begin doing the stuff that I need to begin doing. I don't really want an office, but I would really like somewhere around here in town to have a, and I'm not really sure it's necessary. I've been doing lately the more like when I was younger, and not even when I was younger, probably not as good as when I was younger, but like when I was in high school, more like weights and not as much of the body weight, not as much of the calisthenics. I really regret it though, and it kind of annoys me because like when I came through. When I left Whitehorse, I did like the 100 burpee pull-up and the Fran and the go for a run and 3-4 sets of 50 push-ups, 50 setups on the run, and then the Fran afterwards. And I always feel like even if I don't look like real muscular, I feel like that really pulls the body composition together. You know what I mean? Like here at the Hot Springs, you look good if you do that sort of a workout, or at least I do. And then driving over to Haynes the next time. Haynes has got a playground where they've got a couple big pieces of wood, laid down, and you can use them as like parallel bars. And I did like the 5 sets, just pull-ups, 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, then went down to the parallel bars, and went across the parallel bars 5 times, just arm walking, and then toes to bar, 5 sets or 4 sets or whatever. And that the parallel bars make a huge difference, at least for me. To be able to do the outside thing, and then an hour or two later go into the gym and do some weights and stuff. Then that's like the better programming for me. I look at the years when I was down here working. I worked in Juneau, and just like not really just as a kid, just not working as much. And then the one year I did a lot of running, and the year I did the marathon, and I would just do very light workout, no gym, no nothing. I had a 50-pound dumbbell. I would curl it 4 times each arm, and do 4 sets in the morning and 10 pull-ups. 3 of the sets, the first 2, and the last one with underhand grip, and then the middle one with overhand grip. 10, and then 50 push-ups and 100 sit-ups. But I would go over the course of the day when we were running dogs. I would do a run in the morning, just go running up the hill on the glacier in the snow with extra toughs. 18, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. 8 or 10 minutes out, come back, maybe a set of push-ups up there. But I would do that run like, and I did the marathon that year. And I wasn't really training for the marathon, but I did a lot of running races, and I didn't eat a lot. I had a girlfriend, and I was like, I wasn't starving, but I was fasting a lot, and I got really lean that year for the marathon, which was good. And I remember it was an okay summer. It wasn't like I don't think it's the most healthy way to be, but I'm just reflecting, and I'm doing pull-ups where there's like a piece of wood and a couple of ropes hanging from inside the tent frame to do the pull-ups on. But the year in Skagway was the year where I really was able to go a lot farther, I think, and I did the running, but then I kept doing the sets of the pull-ups and the push-ups, the 4 things over the course of the day. So what I mentioned was the one round of the 4 sets, which is like the 10, 4 sets of the 10 pull-ups, and then the 50 push-ups and the 100 sit-ups and 4 curls, 50 pounds, each, and then running 20 minutes or so, going in the snow up the thing, the set of push-ups coming back. But I would say like that summer I was doing that 5 or 6 times, and that was getting to where I was doing it 9 times a day. The calisthenics and the curls, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, plus the run back and forth 9 times a day in terms of the working schedule. Now, most people, you're like down in Juneau, you can't do that part of your working schedule. But I remember doing the bike race for the Haines Junction Haines that year, and it really, the fitness, just in terms of like, I go into the gym and there's some really like big, strong people, but like, you have to be careful because that's good, and the other side is, you see some people who look kind of more like an endurance athlete, and they just don't, I don't think, I don't know, I don't think that that's for most women, and just for the way the world is, I don't think it's as appealing a physique. But I think you want to be able to do everything. You want to be like, I'm more of like a I don't know what I am. I'm more of like a show dog or something. I've had some injuries since those younger years, and like when I was younger, before I even came to Alaska, I did more like weight training, just in a little, just a couple, a barbell and a bench and a couple, curling things. And after I kind of went away from doing the glacier and some of the forest work and the other stuff, I did this, that, and the other thing. But and I think going down the path of not going to the gym, it's dangerous, because you rob yourself of like the aspect where you're, it's like not going into town to work, not going, you know what I mean? You're robbing yourself of the aspect where you can be not consciously, as you relate to other people. It's like I went into the gym a couple of times, and I pay attention more to my appearance when I'm out of the gym wearing the clothes and stuff. But like I'm just, all of a sudden I looked at myself and I was like, I look like shit in the gym working out, But after I take a shower and put on my clothes for like the day, I look a lot better. So like I need to be careful where like you need to be conscious of, especially if you're trying to do business in town, of how you present yourself. That doesn't mean I want to start a brand of gym clothing like Gymshark or Outlet or go too over the top. It just means like going to the thrift store and trying to get a couple get some clothes that fit. But I'm just trying to say, like, the bodybuilders, the CrossFitters, the Spartan people, the people who do the marathon running races, where is health and fitness going for everyone? But just for me personally, in terms of this race, in terms of what I'm trying to do here in Juneau, and it's like I really want to have that. I want to have that dedicated space, like with this big tent and this location, where it can be like the calisthenics kind of park. Like I look at like the Demi Bagby on Facebook or whatever, who's CrossFit. It's like they have a really nice gym in San Diego where they have like the climbing wall and a little bit of the gymnastics stuff and a little bit of the Ninja Warrior stuff, and don't get too crazy with maybe just like a bouldering wall. You know what I mean? But just so like really nice parallel bars and pull-up bars, and I don't know. You don't want people to be getting hurt doing what you're doing, but I just feel like. And I think you can get hurt doing some of you're doing the quote unquote functional fitness, and people are jumping rope and kettlebells and doing all kinds of weird movements at a fast pace in a group setting. So there's lots of there's problematic. It's not just CrossFit. It's not just like a yoga class. It's not just this or that. But I was just this morning where it's like nothing's really open, and it's the like I want to get shit done. When we get this space, we're going to be able to have that early morning dedicated time, the tents or whatever, and be able to do the workouts and stuff, and that's going to be good. And then be able to go to the gym and then get and do the stuff, the machines and the weights and stuff too. But like if I could find somewhere else around town or whatever, I think, and I found some good places. I've got a couple pipes. I might just kind of put in some makeshift parallel bars near somewhere where there's something to do pull-ups off of, and just for myself, because for me it's like I find it not productive to try to do that kind of stuff in the gym, and I feel like it's good to do that before you go to the gym too, just so that you're in the right mindset when you go to the gym. You just do the weights and you're not messing around, and I feel like not doing it robs you of a lot of just your structure and your gains, and like the doing 5 to 10 sets of like 10 pull-ups and 10 dips and 20. If you don't do that versus doing that, that's a huge difference in like your physique and how wide you work across the shoulders and stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at on all of that. But I just feel like once we have the 10 stuff up, that'll be something that we can leave there and have there, so we can be going there and doing that. Maybe down the line there can be the potential for some like fitness classes or something there too. I don't know. It's just, you have to look hard at the cost of insurance, I actually want to call and a couple of the other lumberjack shows and just ask them what you're insured from. You know what I mean? I think that's a legitimate, fair question. And I'm gonna brush my fucking teeth, lose yellow teeth, and uh, you know, once we have that, we've got a good line in this tent. Like they're leaving town on Friday, so if I can come up with the $5,000 and buy that tent before Friday, come up with a deal with these people to get the land. We can put the tent in the land, make a little smaller tent, get the insurance, get a couple axes, some logs out there. We're basically ready to go this week. You know what I mean? Can we make that happen? We need staff. We need the I's dotted and T's crossed. But like this week is the week to shine. This week is the week to get it up. We're gonna get it going. We've got the momentum. A smaller tent, just coffee, carry a little butter. We're gonna call a courier service and get some of that jerky and shit that I mentioned sending from White Horse in the mail just for myself. We'll be selling that shit, and I think we're ready to go.